monsters continue to ravage our world, we look to the past for answers to save our future. But what secrets does this bygone era hold? Hello, I'm Gene Maldonado, and together we'll venture into the frozen mysteries of the past. This is Living with Monsters. After the rise of the superfauna in the 1950s, the UNGCC began Operation Earthworm, a worldwide effort to study past mythologies and locate superfauna before they attack. These myths led to the discovery of several monsters. In Peru, the mountain god Tarrell. Then in Australia, the giant snake Nazuki. Finally, an underground microclimate in Canada led to the giant carnivore Gorosaurus. Of the many legends told, there was one event that was referenced across most ancient cultures. The awesome leviathans that once roamed the earth battled each other. In the aftermath, many were believed to be trapped in a state of suspended animation. It was believed to have happened on a stretch of land near the North Pole, named Rupus Nigra, Latin for Black Rock. For centuries, Arctic explorers debated the island's existence, as it's reportedly located in heavy fog and a magnetic dead zone. Additionally, the tribes of Greenland warned of a group called the Wachuki. These monstrous snowmen were said to guard the island from outsiders. After the Kismet bomb was used to stop Godzilla in 1954, irradiated particles from the aftermath were carried to the North Pole. As a result, there's been an alarming rise in melting icebergs. If the stories of frozen superfauna were to be believed, this island needed to be found, and soon. Scientists Dr. Quinn Darien and Dr. Carl Majors were selected to lead the expedition to Black Rock. Together, their research helped understand the superfauna, as well as create defensive strategies against them.
Terror swept through South America as a sinister new monster awakened. UNGCC arrived quickly on site to test their new deterrent system. Thanks to their efforts, Rodan was successfully redirected to a smaller island where they had also lured Godzilla.
The two were also instrumental in creating Mechanicon, which gave scientists the ability to study monsters closer than ever before.
The perfect fighting machine is here. The strength of King Kong. The armor plate protection of a battleship. Join the Mechanicon Training Academy today.
Additionally, there were proponents of the guardian monster theory, the idea that some superfauna had a natural allegiance to humanity.
Since the arrival of Godzilla, we've traveled the world to understand these magnificent creatures. Some stories feature superfauna that would protect humanity in times of need.
One common example being a giant divine moth species. Unfortunately, all we've found are stories and the remains of a protector on Skull Island. But If the legends are true, Black Rock may have the answers we've been looking for.
The date is July 8th, 1966. After weeks of searching, dozens of military personnel move forward into the unknown.
Hey, up here! These runes here seem familiar, but I can't place it. Do you recognize them?
Yes. Yes. This writing here. Look. It's Atlantean.
Incredible. We're thousands of miles from the ruins. Perhaps this is ancestral land. The graveyard?
Possibly. See those symbols there at the top? They represent the guardian monsters. This creature could very well be one of them.
Camp Seahawk was quickly established on the shore of the island. As the crew began venturing deeper, they found more questions than answers. After a couple of weeks, creatures of all sizes were discovered in various states of suspended animation. Some even showed traces of radioactivity.
I thought it was another Godzilla, but this may be a different species entirely. Look. See how its skin has a reddish hue and a more pronounced dorsal structure? This is something else. Could even be a female.
Upon receiving news of a second Godzilla, which experts have named Gigantus, an additional team was assembled to assist. What they found, however, was unexpected. Camp Seahawk had been destroyed, but few bodies were recovered. The only clues were the footprints of a creature estimated to be around 100 feet tall. Also discovered was a damaged film camera. Although chances for survivors were low, many remained hopeful, and a rescue operation was deemed necessary. Following the footprints, an incredible sight was discovered. A community of abominable snowmen conducting a ritual to a strange rock formation. These creatures were believed to be the Wachuki. Upon further surveillance, human prisoners were spotted entering the cave with the Wachuki. The rescue strategy was to attack near the shrine, leading the Wachuki out so a secondary team could enter the cave and recover survivors. In a matter of days, a modest military force from Greenland had assembled on the island. Battle of Black Rock could begin. As the military battled the Wachuki, the secondary team had successfully infiltrated their mountain lair. Inside, Quinn Darien and other members of the team were discovered in a makeshift prison. Carl Majors was never found.
It's going to be okay, Dr. Darien. We're cupping the load and we'll be en route to extraction.
Transport is gone. Returning to base.
While the rescue team successfully made it to shore, the monster the Wachuki called Baragon was right behind them. With their forces trapped, there was little hope for survival. It was Quinn Darien who suggested one last radical idea.
boats are ready. We're leaving.
Do not engage. I repeat, do not engage.
As forces retreated, Baragon revealed one last ability that witnesses could only describe as a rainbow of death. Despite the colorful nature of the name, this horrifying attack left the island shore decimated. Baragon, now designated as Subject 13, escaped to the valleys of Iceland. Thankfully, most of the discovered species remained in their frozen state. One megafauna awoke and escaped into the sea during battle. Its current location is unknown. In the aftermath, the Wachuki forces seemed all but destroyed. Over 100 lives were lost. Today, Dr. Quinn Darien is being treated for radiation poisoning and for what doctors believe is a temporary schizophrenic episode. What happened to Dr. Majors remains a mystery. The monster that experts now call Gamma has since become protective of Blackrock, leading to an ongoing conflict as military forces attempt to access the home of the Witch. Due to Gamera's behavior and mythical status, he's been designated to the Guardian class as Subject G. The confirmed existence of a benevolent monster has entranced the science community as various parties search the world for more protectors. The collected artifacts of the island continue to be studied. As fantastical as some stories may seem, they're being taken with the utmost seriousness. None of this work would be possible without the bravery of the scientists and military personnel that venture into the unknown with hope for a better world. That will conclude today's episode. This is Gene Maldonado, inviting you to be with us again soon for another look at living with monsters.
Miss Darien, can you recount anything about your time trapped on the island?
I can try. They led us into a dark cave, into a room of light. It's hard to explain. Majors was the first to mention having a migraine. I tried my best to help, but that night he was in agony. Soon others had symptoms. The Wachuki watched us closely, speaking in a language I had never heard. I couldn't help but feel we were part of an experiment. Then one morning, there was only a few of us. I am haunted by the thoughts of what happened to Majors. I can't shake this feeling that we upset a natural balance. Only the monsters can protect us now. It's not an island. It's a ship.